Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Serenity Healthcare Solutions.
Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I am at Serenity Healthcare Solutions and I'm joined by Erin, who is a nurse practitioner here. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Tell me all about you guys and what you're all about.
So we are a primary care practice that does a lot of stuff. So we do a lot of addiction treatment. We have some aesthetics. We have regular primary care, basically from birth all the way up to death. So we have a little bit of everything.
Okay, let's kind of go over this menu by category here. You guys do addiction support as well?
We do.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so our addiction is medication-assisted treatment. So usually with buprenorphine with naloxone. We have injectable buprenorphine, so it's extended release. It gives people a lot more freedom. And we help people get off opioid addictions, or you can also use it for pain management. So you got some options there. We're different because we also have all these other services. Nobody knows why you're here. You're safe. You're in a safe place. You can share anything with us. We don't judge you. And you're surrounded by people that can actually care.
That's really nice. I can imagine. What do you think is the most rewarding part of your job and what you get to do every day?
When I have somebody who was struggling and then they come in one day and was like, I made it through a whole month. And that's great. And yeah, I can be tougher than a lot of people, but I love it when they succeed. Yeah. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. So those success stories, those people who feel good and are like living their best life, that's very rewarding.
That's awesome. So you guys also do primary care here.
We do.
So run me through the full gamut of that as well.
So primary care is just like you would anywhere else. You come in and we do take care of everything. High blood pressure, diabetes, babies, healthy people, sick people. We take care of them all.
As well as aesthetics too.
As well as aesthetics. So
I love that.
You gotta feel good about yourself, right? And Botox and stuff is great, but not everybody needs it. And I'll tell you that. I don't think anybody needs it, but if it makes you feel good and you build your confidence up, then it's worth it.
Love it. Okay, well, how can somebody become a patient here? What does that whole process look like?
Not too difficult. I mean, you can find us online. You can call the office. We take most insurances. There's a few we don't, but we're also very affordable if you don't have insurance. So we like to be available to people.
I love that. I love that. Tell me about the team here. What is it like to work here?
It's fun. Yeah. We have a lot of fun. It's very family oriented. So the other nurse practitioner here, his wife is our office manager. His daughter runs the front desk there. The mother-in-law works here. So it's very family oriented. We're happy to have small animals. We do have a dog that comes on site every day. So we like to keep it cozy. It's great.
Love it. Are there any other things that you think people should know about Serenity, about what you guys do, or what makes you different?
I think just because we are so family oriented, you can be comfortable coming in here at any time with your child, with your mother, with whomever, because it's very open and very inviting. Whether it be for addiction or for primary care or just coming in for some aesthetic stuff. Like, you should be comfortable and not be made to feel out of place.
Well, if somebody's watching this right now and they want to learn more about you guys and figure out where you're located, where can they do that?
You can go on our website, it's serenityhealthcaresolutions.com. We're also located at 605 West Palmetto Street in Florence, and you can always call us 843-942-9960.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Serenity Healthcare Solutions.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by UNC Pembroke.
Hey guys, today I'm back at UNC Pembroke and I'm joined by Jasmine Coleman. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We're going to talk about the experience that a lot of veterans have here on campus and the community that you guys have created here. But first, tell everybody what you do here.
I am the Director for Academic and Military Outreach, and I am the advocate for our students here on campus, as well as our growing online population of military affiliated students.
So you guys have a pretty big community of people who are veterans and affiliated with the military here at UNC Pembroke, right?
Yes, on average, about 14% of our student population is somehow military connected, which stands to reason with our proximity to Fort Bragg and other military installations here in North Carolina. So we're excited to see that population growing and being able to support them.
Definitely. Well, talk to me about this room that we're in right now.
Well, right now we are in the hub of our Rally Point Veterans Resource Center. And for those who are part of the military community, they kind of see it as like our USO here on campus. So for our service members who've had to travel abroad and across country, the USO is kind of that space where they're able to decompress and have space for themselves and times to get centered and really think about getting their mind in the right place before they go to whatever mission they're being called to.
Definitely. Can you kind of describe what the experience of a veteran would be here on campus?
Well, we are here with our veterans from start to finish. So from their initial orientation at either the graduate or undergraduate level, our office is here to support those students. And if they have any problems, we're here to resolve that for them, even if it's separate and apart from any VA education benefits or tuition assistance from the military. We're just here to support them because, as I indicated earlier, we do have a large online population, so we get to be the eyes and ears and the literal boots on the ground for those students.
I like that. How do you guys foster camaraderie here?
Well, we do serve as the advisors for our Student Veterans of America chapter. Student Veterans of America is a nationally recognized organization that was created to advocate for our post 9/11 era veterans. However, they do support all of our veterans, especially since we have some students here that are still Vietnam or Gulf War era veterans. So Student Veterans of America allows those students to have a voice and a say. They are an active student organization recognized here on campus, and they are able to advocate for our military affiliated students. In fact, it was a combination of work between our Student Veterans of America chapter and our SGA that led to us getting Rally Point here.
Have you gotten any feedback from students over the years about this whole situation that's happening here?
Yes, we have, and actually we've even been able to employ some of our students who have gone on to graduate, gone out into the big wide world, and then realized that there's no place like home, and they've come back to Brave Nation to work. And that's one of the key components to our support for veterans. It's not just the students who are here, but we even have faculty and staff who are military affiliated as well. So we make sure to show our students that we are them. We've been where they are, and that a lot of them have been able to translate that into what they're going to do next.
What do you think brings veterans to UNCP's campus in the first place?
What I think brings veterans here is because I'm a veteran myself, and it kind of ties into my story. I've been the veteran, I've been the spouse. When I was born, I was the dependent child. So it's one of those things where you want to be somewhere where you know you matter. And here at UNC Pembroke, we know that we make it known that our students matter.
This came from all that. Well, where can our viewers go to learn more information about your program, about everything that's happening here?
Well, you can look on our UNCP website, and you can see us at www.uncp.edu/AMO for academic and military outreach. And you can see what we have going on, to include what activities are going to be sponsored by Student Veterans of America, or what we have here as a staffed office to support that population.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by UNC Pembroke.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. We know how stressful it is sometimes when you want to take your dog to the vet or really anywhere sometimes.
It's true.
What are some ways that dogs can relax before going to these places?
Great question. So what I like to say is you need to prepare your dog before you get to the point you need to take your dog. So it's that pre-planning that you need to do. If you wait and try to train your dog when they're in the midst of that stress, you're going to fail every single time. So go ahead and train it beforehand. If you're getting a brand new puppy, start out by rubbing your dog all over their body. Start with their feet, rub their ears, put your fingers along their mouth, rub down their back legs, rub their belly, play with their tail. You want them to be so accustomed to being touched that when the vet or a groomer gets a hold of them, that they just think it's just what's supposed to happen. They have no stress about that. Dogs tend to be a little bit ticklish in between their toes, so really try to go in between their toes, play with their nails, things like that, that will make it a lot easier for them to handle being able to go to the vet or to a groomer. Another thing you can do is, your vets usually don't mind, and groomers are the same way. Take your dog into them and then turn around and walk back out. So that way they can just get the feel of going in. There is very low stress, and then we're going to turn around and walk back out. Okay? Practice. Your vets will even allow you to put them on the scale so they can get used to just practicing getting on the scale and then turning around and walking back out the door. So little things you can do like that to prepare are always beneficial for them.
See, this is why it's so good to talk to you, because you are a professional dog trainer, right?
Yes, correct.
So you know all those little tips and tricks, and really this is just about making your dog feel more comfortable too a lot of the time.
Practice, yes.
I love it. All right, well, if somebody's watching right now and they want to get in contact with you, want to learn some more tips, where can they go?
Yes, you can contact us at myrtlebeachdogtrainers.com.
Welcome to Burgess Community Garden. This is a new concept for us that we just started last year. We have this beautiful land, 5 acres, and we happen to have an opportunity to indeed grow and develop and decide what it is we're going to do on this land. One of the things I've done for a long time is I've done outreach. And so not only am I part of the Unity Burgess community, but the outreach community also, is that I was listening to a program by the Boys and Girls Club of the Southern East region, and one of the organizations, I think in Alabama, indicated that they had a food bank and a community garden. So back in 2018, we had inherited this, and then last year I thought, oh, this will be wonderful because we'll be able to bring in the Burgess community, the surrounding community that was historically Black and now is very diverse, but also all the groups of people that we work with. We work with Help for Kids, and we've long worked and supported them, as well as the Boys and Girls Club of Myrtle Beach and Helping Hand and Family Justice. What a good opportunity to indeed start to use the land to indeed provide produce and vegetables to help all the community in terms of that, because as everyone knows, or many of us know, is that hunger is still a reality. What is it we could do to invest in the community? Bringing what it is we produce and having the community help us produce some of that, the local community help us in terms of feeding those that are in need. And that's individuals, that's communities, that's organizations. So as a result of that, Ken, who is my major master only gardener at this point in time, knew what to do in terms of building the garden. So these 2 gardens were produced as demonstration gardens, and they're primarily herbs and spices and some vegetables. And so we've grown from there. I had written a grant. Home Depot indeed responded to it, so we got a $3,200 grant indeed to build vegetable beds, and that's what we did. They came out and they built 12 beds for us so that we could indeed grow the produce that is needed and necessary and wanted by the community that I have indicated earlier.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Grand Strand Dentistry. Well, welcome to Living Local Carolina, everyone. Today I'm at Grand Strand Dentistry and I'm joined by Dr. Swenson. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Yes, happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here and learn more about you guys and what you're all about. There's a long list of things that y'all offer, but why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and about the practice?
Well, personally, I just moved here from Arizona, and the practice is just based on working in technology, keeping up on current practices, and honestly saving time for the patients. Time is a big deal. I mean, most of the time when you go get something done, it's like you're going to be, rerouted, rescheduled. We really try to work everything to where we can do everything on the same day as much as possible. Quick scenario, let's just say you need to get a crown. You come in, we scan it in, we mill out the crown, we cement it on, you go home, you're done. You're not here for 2 appointments. We try to get that all done within 2 hours. Sometimes we can get it done quicker, sometimes it takes a little longer. Humans are different. Each one of them is individual, and they present individual challenges. From there, we've actually gone to, what can we do to some of the patients that have different prosthetics, say like dentures. And we've got into 3D printing to where we could 3D print the dentures.
Wow.
And so we can do that. We could do it in a day, but it would take the whole day. So we just generally try to schedule it, a couple days later, but we can get it done fairly quickly. And the accuracy and the things that we can do is much better because we're able to use 3D technology to line everything up and also just create a better fit.
Yeah.
And, there's still discrepancies with each individual, but it does a much better job than we were able to do before. From there, we've gone to different CAD/CAM techniques for different milling units and bigger prosthetics and things like that. That just gets really technical. So
I was going to say, the viewers may not know all these terms that you're saying.
No. And probably another thing is like, it's hard to get extractions around here. Dr. Armstrong and myself, we're old. We started out doing extractions, and that's what we do. We do a lot of extractions. So even sometimes if you don't want to be awake, we can schedule an anesthesiologist to come here and get your extraction done.
Gotcha.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Well, let's say there's a scenario where unfortunately somebody loses a tooth.
Right.
You guys can do implants here as well.
Correct.
Tell me all about that.
Implants, it's kind of fun because like I said earlier, I'm older than dirt. So back in the 80s, I worked in a dental lab, and that's when honestly the implants started showing up. So we'd get these implants to come in. We'd have to create these prosthetics for them. And that's when I really got interested in it. And I was probably about 16 at the time.
Wow.
So from there, I picked a dental school that allowed the general dentist to place implants at that school, Creighton University, at that time. And then from there, I've just learned more and more and more and more as time goes on. And there's just so many applications for implants. I mean, most people are aware of what they can do, and it's really exciting.
Well, how does it feel whenever you have a patient that comes in and they, were experiencing pain or they lost a tooth and you guys were able to give them their smile back?
Well, let's back that up. First thing, they're coming in pain. So the first thing we want to do is get them out of pain.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first thing. It's like people come to the dentist and a lot of times they're not in good shape.
Yeah.
So, we'd get them out of pain, get rid of the infections, and then go on to the restorative part. Give them their smile back. So many people are walking around with bad smiles and they don't like it. It's self-conscious. I mean, they just, they don't know it, but everybody looks at your teeth.
It's true.
And they don't know they do it, but everybody does it. But we're able to do that, and a lot of people, some people, you give them their restoration and they cry, but that's exciting, and that's nice as well.
All right. Well, I appreciate you chatting with me, letting me know a little bit more about Grand Strand Dentistry. So if one of our viewers is watching right now and they want to learn a little bit more about you guys, where can they find you online?
GrandStrandDentistry.com.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Grand Strand Dentistry.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.